evening. This is just in. There have been reports of lightning strikes in and around Treetops Raceway Park. Oh, it's just the Lightning Strikes Twice tournament. Get ready. This is an all-electric vehicle diecast racing tournament presented to you by Treetops Raceway Park. Stay tuned for some intense racing action. Good morning and welcome back to Treetops Raceway Park, home of the crossover, as we continue the Lightning Strikes Twice tournament with heats 3 and 4. Here are all 8 drivers getting their vehicles all charged, ready to go for racing action. First off, we have Puff from Puff's Racing in an Audi RS e-tron GT at 56.6 grams. Then we have Dreddy from Mini Mafia Motors in a Porsche Taycan Turbo at 54.6 grams. And yes, that's an electric vehicle. Then we have Papa Pugsley from Manchild Motorsports in a Tesla Model 3 at 58.3 grams. And finally, we have Giorgio from G-Force Racing in a Lucid Air at 59.7 grams. And here we'll go with Heat 3 and Race 1. We have Dreddy and Puff in the front row, Giorgio and Papa Pugsley in the back row. And they're off. You have a nice crash, pile up, all straightened up. Oh, we lost Dreddy back there. It looks like Puff is going to take off and lead them into the final turn and come around and get the victory. Here comes Papa Pugsley. He's being challenged by Giorgio. He ends up cutting him off. There's Dreddy stuck up against the Lane Automotive sign. See if Larry's towing can't get him off of there so he can get ready for race 2. Here we go. Puff got sideways and Dreddy and Papa Pugsley are hitting him. Dreddy gets pushed off the track by Papa Pugsley. And Puff turns 11.953. That will not make it to the next, or on the leaderboard. So Puff gets the 5 points, Papa Pugsley with 3, and Giorgio with 2. Heat 3, race 2. Yeah, Puff and Papa Pugsley in the front row, Dreddy and Giorgio in the back, and they're off. Looks like Papa Pugsley got the whole shot with Puff in second. Puff got a little sideways, got straightened out. Looks like Papa Pugsley is going to take off, lead everybody into the final turn in that final stretch, and he will take the win, followed by Puff, Dreddy, and Giorgio. You can see right here, Puff gets turned sideways by Giorgio, gets straightened out. Dreddy gets around Giorgio, and a 10.764 lap by Puff. So this brings the scores to Puff and Papa Pugsley tied at 8, and Giorgio at 3, and Dreddy at 2, as we go into Heat 3, Race 3. You have Papa Pugsley and Giorgio in the front row, Puff and Dreddy in the back row, and they're off. And it looks like Giorgio got the whole shot. Papa Pugsley got turned around by Puff and Dreddy. Giorgio's going to lead them into the final turn and just walk away with this one pretty easily. He gets first. Papa Pugsley slows down, but here comes, whoa! Let's see this an instant replay. You've got Giorgio coming, and for some reason Papa Pugsley slowed down, and Dreddy and whoa! It looks like Papa Pugsley held him off. Papa Pugsley gets around Dreddy right there. Dreddy didn't want to have anything about it, so he tried to spin him. We got a 10.225 for Giorgio. So now Papa Pugsley moves into first with 11. We got Puff with 9, Giorgio with 8, and Dreddy with 4. As we head into Heat 3, Race 4, you have Giorgio and Dreddy on the front row, Papa Pugsley and Puff in the back row. And they're off. Looks like Dreddy's going to pull the whole shot here. He gets sideways by Giorgio, and looks like Puff turns sideways back there. Looks like Dreddy's going to take off. No, looks like Giorgio's making a run on him. He heads into the last turn. Just not enough room. You got Dreddy, Giorgio. Here comes Puff, and Papa Pugsley rounding out the rear. Right here you see Dreddy get sideways as he tried to cut off Giorgio. And then you saw Puff get a little sideways coming out. 10.651 for Dreddy. And that takes the scores. Papa Pugsley with 12, Giorgio and Puff tied at 11, and Dreddy with 9. So we have a tie for that second place, which will take us into a tiebreaker, which will be the first time for this tournament. And now we have sudden death. This will be a race. The first car to win 2 races will move on. You have Giorgio and Puff, and here is tiebreaker race 1. The lane positions were selected by their finish times, their fastest finish time. And Giorgio gets the inside and Puff the outside, and they're off. And it looks like Puff's got the lead, and then Giorgio's found. There, Giorgio goes by Puff, and it looks like Giorgio is going to take off. And he will. He will take off and lead into the final turn. And Giorgio will get win on race 1 with Puff followed in second. So Giorgio gets that first win. One more win for Giorgio, and he will move on. Puff has to win this to stay alive. And here is tiebreak race 2. They switch sides, with Puff on the inside, Giorgio on the outside. And they're off. Looks like Giorgio has got the lead. He keeps the lead, and Puff follows in behind him, and Giorgio starts pulling away. As Giorgio heads into the final turn, he will easily take race 2, which just puts Giorgio up 2-0, which Giorgio will move on. So here are the transfers. For Heat 3, you have Papa Pugsley and Giorgio moving on. And here we have Heat 4. Hades from Karmic Racing and an Audi RS e-tron GT at 58.1 grams. Then you have the Gray Wizard from Golden Owl Racing in a Porsche Panamera hybrid at 59.7 grams. Then you have Numbskull from Numbskull Racing in a 2012 Fisker Karma EV'er at 59.7 grams. And then Big Mac from Madness Motorsports in a Lucid Air at 60 grams. And here we go with Heat 4, Race 1. You have Gray Wizard and Hades in the front row, Big Mac and Numbskull in the back, and they're off. And it looks like Hades got the whole shot. Gray Wizard ended up getting by Numbskull. And it looks like Numbskull got tied up back there. Here comes Hades. Here comes Gray Wizard slowing down. And then here comes Big Mac for third. And we've got a DNF up here with Numbskull being flipped over on his roof. Let's see what happened there. They're going in. Oh, it looks like the Gray Wizard pushed him up on the side rail, and Big Mac just flipped him right over. 10.472 for Hades. And that'll bring Hades with 5, Gray Wizard with 3, Big Mac with 2, and Numbskull with DNF for 0. Gonna have to keep an eye on Gray Wizard there. Heat race 4 and race 2. You've got Hades and Numbskull in the front row, Gray Wizard and Big Mac in the back row, and they're off. And it looks like Numbskull is gonna take off. Hades gets second, he gets around Big Mac, so does the Gray Wizard. Numbskull is gonna lead him into the final turn. And Numbskull will take this race pretty easily, followed by Hades, Gray Wizard, and Big Mac. It looked like Gray Wizard tried to get by. Right here you can see the passes on Big Mac. Big Mac got up on the rail and ended up getting off. We have a 10-second lap for Numbskull, which I believe that will get him on the board. Hades is leading this race with 8, and Gray Wizard and Numbskull are tied with 5. Yes, Numbskull will take over the 8th place position, tied with Gray Wizard at 10. Now we have race 4, race 3. You have Numbskull and Big Mac in the front row, Hades and Gray Wizard in the back row, and they're off. Gray Wizard is pushing by Big Mac. Big Mac got passed by Numbskull, but is pushing him hard. Oh, he gets loose there and loses ground. There goes Numbskull into the final turn and will come in and win. Big Mac in second. Here comes Gray Wizard for third, and Hades will finish fourth. Right here you can see Numbskull getting by Big Mac. Gray Wizard tries to go around him, gets spun. And you can see right there, there's Big Mac losing it as he comes out trying to throttle up. A 9.593 for Numbskull. That puts Numbskull with 10 points, Hades with 9, Gray Wizard 7, Big Mac 6. And Numbskull sets a new track record at 9.593. Congratulations to Numbskull. That 9.593 is going to be a record that's tough to beat. Here we have Heat 4, Race 4. We have Big Mac and Gray Wizard on the front row, Numbskull and Hades in the back, and they're off. And it looks like Big Mac is going to get the whole shot, followed by Numbskull and Gray Wizard. Whoa, whoa, what happened there? We need to get some paramedics going. Whoa. Almost lost the flag, and here goes Big Mac around to take the win, followed by Numbskull and Gray Wizard. Hades appears to have taken a very, very steep fall from like the third level of the track. He almost got the flag guy. The flag guy didn't move. What's going on? Oh, okay, we got the paramedics there, and they're talking to him and checking him out. Larry's towing us back down there, trying to help where he can. That flag guy, he won't even move. There they go. They got Hades going in the ambulance, going in for a checkup. And here we have Hades going off, hitting the rail. And you can see here, it looks like Gray Wizard just pushed him off the track. He does. Might be kind of lucky he hit the second level of the track. And then he landed on the Glaster, the Matchbox Parts truck, which probably broke his fall a little bit more. Big Mac turns a 9.829 lap, which Big Mac will get up on the leaderboard, moving into 6th place. So here are the points. Numbskull with 13, Big Mac with 11, Gray Wizard and Hades tie with 9. So Numbskull and Big Mac will be moving on. Thanks for racing with us, Gray Wizard and Hades. Hope Hades okay. So these are the drivers that are moving on. Congratulations to Papa Pugsley, to Giorgio. Congratulations to Numbskull, and I love that car, as well as Big Mac. Beautifully painted car. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. Hit the notifications bell. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next Saturday.